Caps fans, how are you guys doing? Are y'all having fun yet? Yeah, me too. Because these Caps, in the words of our Lord and Savior Alex Ovechkin, are definitely not going to be sucked this year. No, these Caps are good. And Monday night was a great example of that fact. Let's recap. First period, Devontae Smith-Pelly does what Devontae Smith-Pelly does, earning a dirty, greasy, filthy, oh heavens to Betsy, I must clutch my pearls and go take a shower because I feel so dirty just from watching that goal. Yes, one of those types of goals. And we love those types of goals, and we love players who can score those types of goals because that's exactly what you need to beat Yaroslav Halak in the 2010 playoffs. Moving on, second period. Alex Ovechkin does what Alex Ovechkin does, and you know what that means? Yep, the Caps are up 2-0. Beautiful goal by Ovi as he steals the puck from below his own blue line from one of the best defensemen in the league in Brent Burns, and goes end-to-end, turning on the afterburners and leaving premenstrual San Jose Sharks defenseman Brendan Dillon in the dust in the process, giving himself a breakaway essentially from his own blue line. And was there ever any doubt that he would score? If you answer yes to that question, then I am questioning your hockey judgment, because it's Alex Ovechkin. Of course he was going to score. Beautiful backhand goal, and seriously, Brendan Dillon was mighty cranky in this game, and this Ovechkin goal probably didn't help with that. The Sharks get one back, but we don't care as we get a power play shortly after, and of course we're going to make it count, right? Right, except one tiny problem. We don't have TJ Oshie, as he was just injured by Jumbo Joe's jumbo ass, likely giving him a jumbo concussion. A very questionable hit, and I'll have more on that in a minute. But for now, on the power play, recent healthy scratch, Brett Connolly making the most of his return to the lineup. He has goals in back-to-back games now as he slides into Oshie's spot on PP1. And Evgeny Kuznetsov with just a really ridiculous pass as he's falling to the ice after being knocked off his feet by the Sharks. He somehow manages to smack the puck over to Alex Ovechkin, and the grade 8 dangles the puck through his own legs on a beautiful move and gets around the Sharks defender, passing to Connolly wide open in the slot, and Connolly roofs it top shelf where mama hides the peanut butter, except wait, the refs seem to think it hit the crossbar and only the crossbar as they wave it off and the play continues, but all 5 Caps on the ice, as well as all 18,000 plus fans in attendance, seem pretty damn sure that that puck went in the net. Anyways, no matter, the play continues, and Alex Ovechkin bombs away, and he appears to score as well, again, off the crossbar and in, but the refs wave that one off too, and the play continues again, only to have the refs finally blow the play down as they determine that Connolly's original shot did, in fact, enter the net, and we have a good goal. The Sharks, how can I say this, cartoon-like head coach, Peter DeBoer, would challenge for offside, but he would not win that battle. The refs confirmed the play was onside, and the Caps are up 3-1 heading into the third period. I mean, honestly, we scored like 57 times on one sequence, so one of them was bound to count, right? Right. Now, there was one extremely bad thing that happened in this game, and of course I am talking about TJ Oshie getting, I guess you would say, butt checked by Joe Thornton. Oshie was going in hard on the forecheck on the penalty kill, and as always, he was doing a great job on the penalty kill. Chased down the Sharks defender, trying to get the puck, and he hit, I think it was Logan Couture, hits him in the corner, good clean hit, and as Oshie's kind of falling down a little bit awkwardly, Jumbo Joe comes in. He's the second guy in. There was already Oshie and Couture there. Jumbo Joe, for some reason, decides that he needs to join the play as well. And he backs up his ass into TJ Oshie's head in what was, at best, I would say, a questionable play. At worst, it was a dirty play. And, you know, I'm not going to pull any punches here. It was dirty. I thought it was dirty. The broadcasters thought it was dirty. A lot of you fans thought it was dirty. He can say that he didn't mean to do it, but it was kind of one of those things where it was a little bit accidentally on purpose. Clearly he was looking directly at Oshie's head before he decided to throw the butt check, the back check, whatever you want to call it. Oshie would leave the game and not return, and we can only hope that he's going to be okay. So entering the third period, you can only assume that the Caps are going to make Thornton pay for that in the third period, and frankly, I would be embarrassed if they didn't. And so we come up for the third, and about 2 minutes in, because that's as long as it takes, Tom Wilson tells Joe Thornton to drop him. They line up for a fight. But it was more of a one-punch knockout, really, as Willie dropped Thornton with a dagger to the chin, and it was well-deserved because Thornton is a douche. And Sharks coach Peter DeBoer, for some reason, had a problem with the fight, or maybe he had a problem with the fact that his team was getting walloped on the scoreboard too. Who knows? Don't know, don't care. Jacob Vrana would score in the third period to make it 4-1 for the Caps, and that's how the game would end. Man, that kid is having himself a season, isn't he? You gotta love him. And really, you've got to love a lot of things about this Caps team right now, as everything is coming together quite nicely. I could go on and on and on, really, about all of the positives that I'm seeing from this team right now. But a big one that was very evident tonight especially is how this team has really gelled to become just that, a team. And they were sticking up for each other all over the ice, and this was the type of gutsy performance that I would love to watch on repeat 54 more times this season, and hopefully beyond that as well into the playoffs. So a few other notable stats and observations from the game. Alex Ovechkin, with his game-winning goal in the second period, became the first player to hit 20 goals in the NHL this season. He's on pace for 59 after scoring 33 last season. Everybody says he's done. He's on pace to double that this year. So it was also the 578th goal of his illustrious NHL career, moving him into sole possession of the 20th spot on the NHL's all-time goal-scoring list. He's just 32 years old and not nearly finished yet. And, we're talking about 578 goals. He passed Mark Recchi on the NHL's all-time list. That's who was previously in 20th place. Ovechkin scored his 578th goal in, I think it was 700-something games, fewer than Mark Recchi did it, so that just goes to show you how dominant he has been. Again, just 32 years old, he's got lots more hockey left in him, and it was also the 97th game-winning goal of his NHL career, moving him past Maple Leafs legend Matt Sundin for 11th on the NHL's all-time list. He's a bum, though, right? Right? Mike Milbury? Mike Milbury, where you at? What say you? Milbury? Care to chime in? No? Crickets. Devontae Smith-Pelly's first period goal gave him 4 goals and 9 points on the season. And coincidentally enough, those are the exact numbers that he reached in 53 games for the New Jersey Devils last season. He has played only 28 games as a Washington Capital so far, so it's almost as if moving to an offensive team will help one's offensive production. Weird. Brendan Dillon took a vicious two-handed baseball swing at rookie Madison Bowey's wrist and hand as there were mere seconds left in the third period of a 4-1 game. It was ugly, really. Bowey did not like it, and he let Dillon know about it. I expect a suspension, or at the very least a fine, to be forthcoming. Probably just a fine since it was against the Caps. And the only negative out of this game, and it has potential to be a really big negative, is that TJ Oshie, of course, him being injured by the mouth breather wearing 19 in white. I don't know who let Phil Robertson from Duck Dynasty in the building, but maybe next time he can park his ass in a chair instead of into the side of TJ Oshie's head. Here's hoping for a speedy recovery for TJ. It goes without saying, really, that he's one of the team's most important players and leaders, and we need him healthy in the long term and in the short term, both on the ice and in the locker room. So fingers crossed that he's going to be okay. And lastly, to all of the talking heads and pundits in the media who like to proclaim so loudly, it seems like every year, really, they like to say that the Caps window is closing or closed. Don't tell Alex Ovechkin that. That's all I have to say, because he will destroy you, just as he has destroyed the defense of just about every team in the NHL this season. And here's the funny thing about that window for the Caps and why it will remain open. Number one, Despite popular belief by people who can't be bothered to check their facts, the Caps are actually the 11th youngest team in the league. So they're actually in the top 1/3 when it comes to having a young team. And number 2, Alex Ovechkin's shot is not going anywhere. And I think we should know better by now than to expect the grade 8 to age like a normal human, as he has proven time and time again that he is not normal and nor is he human. And number 3, likewise, is that Nicklas Backstrom's passing ability and vision are also not going anywhere. So the Caps' top players, at least the older ones, play brands of hockey that are conducive to being very productive for a very long time, in that the way that they play the game actually does not require a lot of speed, or in other words, doesn't require young legs. So Alex Ovechkin has proven time and time again that he can stand in one spot and fire one-timers. You all know where the shot is coming from, and yet it's been 12 plus years now, and you all still have not figured out a way to stop him. So you'll excuse me for being skeptical that you're going to suddenly figure it out now. Side note, Ovi is actually hella fast this season. I don't know what he did in the off season, but it obviously worked. I guess from what we've heard anyway, he was focusing more on speed versus in the past he was focusing on strength. So it has worked big time. He's skating like he's 20 years old again. And likewise, Nicky Backstrom as well does not need a lot of speed, or any speed for that matter, to be effective. He is the smartest player I have ever seen with the puck, and he could dish passes through 16 lanes of Los Angeles traffic and still have the puck come out on the other side of the freeway laying perfectly flat and in the wheelhouse for an Ovechkin one-timer. Seriously. And so because of that, I've compiled a list of things that are more closed than the Caps window. Here we go. Things that are more closed than the Caps window. My bedroom window on a hot summer night. Hint, this is always wide open and yet still more closed than the Caps window. A 24-hour Walmart, you know, the ones that make their employees work on Christmas Day? Yeah, they are more closed than the Caps window. A bottle of tequila, even in the hands of Lindsay Lohan, more closed than the Caps window. And finally, Octomom. You remember the Octomom from MTV? She had 8 kids, and then she had like another 5 kids after that, remember? Her legs. Yes, her legs are more closed than the Caps window. Think about that one for a second. And, pardon me, the point is, the Caps have been good, the Caps are good, and the Caps will be good for as long as number 8 and as long as number 19 are wearing red. So here's a crazy thought. Why don't we just enjoy it, okay? And we get ready for another game at Capital One Arena coming up on Wednesday night. I hope you guys will all tune into that one, as the Caps playing great on home ice recently. And hope to talk to you guys after that one as well. Till next time, Caps fans. Cheers.